Um, do you agree with tattoos in the workplace?
I think they can be okay in the workplace, but I think it depends on like where your tattoos are, how many, and probably like the place you're working at. They could be fine for a lot of places, but maybe not for others.
When you say that, like, do you think that, like, it would be okay for, like, teachers to show off, like, sleeves of tattoos?
I think it could be okay. Again, it probably depends on maybe the content of the tattoos too. You know, maybe depending on the message, if it's, you know, like school appropriate, just like we have a dress code, I think that's part of your dress. So,
Yeah.
you know, they could be appropriate or inappropriate.
Why do you think it should or should not be allowed at work?
I mean, I think depending on the job, again, as an employee of a company, you are representing that company. And so depending on whatever message they're trying to represent, you know, tattoos might fit along with that just fine, or they might kind of go against what the company is trying to represent. And then I would see how they maybe wouldn't want to allow them.
So, like, in an office setting, since you're not really around, like, clients, do you think that it would be okay to not cover up tattoos in, like, an office setting?
As a general rule, probably yes.
And, yeah. What do you personally think, like, about tattoos?
Yeah, I think they're fine, and I think they're a way of people to express their like individuality and things, just like how people dress differently. I think that it's fine to have the tattoos, but then it's just different because the second you step into a job, like you're representing yourself as somebody who is employed by that place. So
it's just like a lot of taboo, I guess. It's just like, if you don't like tattoos or like you think that they're bad, like as an employer, I think you could directly like not attack somebody, but like have a judgment about them as soon as they walk in with tattoos. But as the employer, you need to be like even keel with them, and I don't think that's like what a lot of people do.
Yeah, I think there's
It's
definitely
just more
a lot
judgment.
I think there's a lot of stigma around tattoos, that only a certain type of person gets tattoos, or you just make a judgment about maybe how good of an employee they would be, or what kind of person they are based on that.
And it's like, because in my last interview, it's like I feel like people think it's part of their work ethic.
I can see
And
that.
it's like, it doesn't have anything to do with your work ethic. It's all about the art. It's not, I'm sorry, I have tattoos and like I can finish a task. Like it's nothing to be worried about. Do you think people should have to cover up tattoos for work? Like, let's say in a more professional setting, like an office place, or...
Yeah, if it's a more professional setting where they're really trying to portray an image, or you're meeting with a lot of clients and whatever, then I think it would be okay for employers to ask people to cover them up.
If they were to have a what if the like employee had a controversial tattoo showing, and like then what would you ask them, or what would you do?
I think if it goes against what my company is trying to portray, then I think I would have to ask that employee to like cover up that tattoo, so that they could represent my company in a way that I want it to be represented. Just like if a person was representing my company and they went to do a task and didn't do that task well, that would be a bad reflection on my company. Just like, if somebody had something, inappropriate, that they, then that is a reflection on my company as well. So
But it's only one person that has that tattoo, so it's not a really reflection on the company as more of a reflection on the person.
True, but because I'm employing that person as part of my company to, like, you know, if they were the face of something, you know, that maybe was a very different ideal than what that tattoo represents, I could see, where it maybe want it covered up.
Yeah.
So again, I really think it depends on the company, what you're trying to portray versus what that tattoo is about.
What would you do if you or someone you know has a controversial tattoo and somebody said something rude or disrespectful about it while in a meeting or like in just like a line at the grocery store? Like, what would you do if you had a, like, let's say a flag of a different country, but it was like, it wasn't meant to be as disrespectful to others, but they saw it as that. So like, what would you do if they saw it?
I mean, you know, if it's a random person, I don't know that their opinion probably matters a whole lot to me, but I might, you know, just explain that, you know, I intended it to be for this purpose or whatever, and it's a way to like represent something or a piece of my life, or if it was, you know, because of the artistry of it.
Yeah.
So if I took the time to explain it to them, then I would probably just explain it that way.
I feel like you shouldn't have to like waste time explaining it to somebody because you're not gonna see them ever again. It's just like,
right, if
you're
it's
gonna say what you're gonna say.
If it's a random person, versus like an employer you're trying to
exactly.
work for.
So, do you think companies should be more lenient with being able to like show tattoos and?
As a general rule, probably yes. I feel like you see more tattoos now than like in the past. And again, if they are not tattoos that go like against the company's message, then I think they should be more lenient toward that.
Okay. Thank you.